It's Friday. It doesn't matter what day it is. So it could be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It could be a Friday, which it is today, or Saturday, or Sunday, any day of the week. There's always something going on, everybody, and that is a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing I want to talk about is Twisters. Twisters. Of course, there's two, and it's a sequel. It's got to be called Twisters, not Twister, but Twisters is coming out not too far away, July 19th. They're projecting to make about $50 million opening weekend. Low 45, 50 million, and a $200 million budget. That's decent, but not amazing. And I'm not really thrilled about this movie. I know some people are, but me, I'm like, Glenn Powell's he's been so hot right now. He's like everywhere, Daisy Edgar Jones is in this too. It's connected, but not connected. We really don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. But it is have Dorothy on these little beam me up like trackers for the Twisters themselves. So hopefully it is gonna be great. On top of that, they actually said they hired an expert to come in to make sure they have the science right. That's right. Technical advisor Kevin Kelleher is coming on board. He did work on the first one as well, but he said they had a lot of problems in the first one. It wasn't as technologically, accurate as it could have been. But this time around, he's getting it right. The Hollywood Climate Summit, they were talking about this too. He admitted this, that they had some inaccuracies, but don't get him wrong. He's gonna do great in the sequel. He's very excited about it. So I hope it's gonna be great because take us back to the 90s, just like Street Fighter's gonna take us back to the 90s, everybody. And oh man, is this gonna be good? I don't know, Jordan. I don't know. Coming out March 20th, 2026. Sony and Legendary announced this.
Is it gonna top Van Damme?
I don't know, man.
Is it gonna top Ronald Jr.?
I have a feeling it's not.
Van Damme was high on coke in that movie.
Well, he had to be with that script, I think. In order for it to work. I don't know.
He was banging the chick playing Cammy. He was high on coke.
No, he wasn't. Was he?
Yeah, he was. She admitted it.
That's awesome. Good for Van Damme. Jean-Claude. Conquering the 90s. But they had a director's attached to this, Jordan, and then they just fell out recently this last week. The directors from A24's talked to me. And now they're looking for new directors, but of course Capcom and Marvel Capcom and Sony and Legendary are still moving forward with this, so hopefully it's good. Again, I love the 90s, and so did P. Diddy, because he wasn't being acclaimed or alleged for harassing and beating up women, but he is now. And so P. Diddy, everybody, is back in the news again because he erased all of his social media after putting out that video saying that it was a bad thing that he beat up his ex-girlfriend, Cassie. Of course it was a bad thing. And it was a bad video. And so he deleted all of his Instagram social media stuff, and then he's trying to make up for it now and say he just needed a clean slate. I just think it's more evidence that he's just guilty of more things and he probably doesn't want anybody to see it. So P. Diddy, you're a piece of shit, man. And I think that you can't reboot yourself. You can't fix your career. I think you're pretty much done. But can they fix Dexter with a reboot? That's the question, because Dexter Original Sin is still moving forward, shooting right now in Los Angeles. And Sarah Michelle Gellar has signed on to play a character in this too. Of course, Buffy the Vampire Slayer herself coming in, but she's only a guest star. They're saying guest starring role, and she's going to be playing a CSI chief at the Miami Metro Police Department, and Dexter Morgan's new boss, Dexter Morgan, his boss for, I guess he's doing an internship at Miami Metro, of course doing 10 episodes of this for Showtime. Will it be good? And Paramount, of course, as well. I'm not really sure. Again, I love Dexter. We talked about this before as a group here, a conglomerate. I want it to be good, but I don't need a prequel for this shit. I already saw the flashbacks before. I don't want to see it. Don't take me back in time. But someone also reminiscing about their time is William Shatner, everybody, and I feel bad for him so bad, everybody, because he's 93 years old and he's saying he has no real friends anymore. Yeah. He's saying, I'm alone and I'm going to die alone. I need to take a drink on that one. Happy Friday. I feel so bad because he was talking about his career and how he kind of segregated himself from people when they go out for drinks. He wouldn't even go out for drinks. He's like, I'm not gonna go out for drinks. I just go home, have a drink, go to bed. And he was just going through his career saying, hey, I came to realize that everybody's alone. That's my conclusion. And everybody's alone, everybody's lonely, and I am definitely lonely, and I see myself not being happy at the end of my life. And unfortunately for us, he's given so much entertainment, and Captain Kirk himself, I really hope that he finds a way to chirp, because I love that version I saw after he came back with from Yeah, Spock and Bones are gone. You're right, but then he wasn't really close to everybody either. I mean, I think Spock, they had a big fight, him and Leonard Nimoy at the end of his career, or the end of his life, I should say. But he had that whole thing when he came down that rocket penis with Jeff Bezos, and he seemed so excited. I hope he can find that again, because you never want to see legends go down like this and just be struggling at the end of their career, at the end of their lives. I mean, look at Michael Jackson. Apparently, he owed $500 million. He was in debt massively. This came forward. Like, what? This just shocks me. But apparently, before he died on June 25th, 2009, yeah, he was in massive debt. And that's why he was going back on tour for the whole, like, this is it thing. He needed freaking money. He was trying to figure out his estate. Now, apparently, had a big problem buying jewelry. He loved buying jewelry so much, so he just compensated with that. And on top of that, too, he had, like, interest. He had really bad debt, occurring interest at extremely high rates, and some of his debt was in default. So the estate, went through a lot of shit, but after a while, they figured it out, and now the estate's worth $2 billion. Of course, a lot of things happen after you die, and a lot of deals were made behind doors. So I'm happy for his family, but it kind of sucks to be someone that gives so back. Then again, he's a very jaded career, and people like hate and love him, but still, he gave a lot to music. So hopefully it doesn't happen to anybody. I hate to see that happen, but somebody that's not happening to anytime soon is Richard Gadd, because of course, Baby Reindeer has conquered the airwaves of Netflix, and so he's doing more for HBO. Not Netflix, which is kind of interesting. I thought he would do more with Netflix. Maybe all the drama and the lawsuit and stuff, they don't want to do another show with him, but who knows? But his new one, yeah, a bit mysterious. Yeah, William Buck Rogers did a bit mysterious. But Richard Gadd has got this whole show called Lions moving forward, and it sounds interesting. 6-part drama series, and Netflix doing the whole thing, HBO's doing the whole thing, and it takes place with an estranged brother Reuben, shows about his wedding, his characters, and it leads to an explosion of violence that catapults us back through their lives, spanning over 40 years from the 80s to present day. And apparently their relationship has been very rocky, up and down, left and right, good, bad, terrible, funny, angry, and challenging moments along the way. Yeah, I mean, he had a big hit with Baby Reindeer. Can he strike gold twice, or will he be suited for this story too? We'll have to wait and find out, because Netflix needs a win. But Netflix is also taking all their shit out of California and everywhere else, because they've been building these new sound stages in New Mexico. Now, they already had something there, Albuquerque, a facility that was like nearly $900 million. Now they're putting a new one involved here too. They're just expanding, massively expanding. Now, the original one came down in like 2018. They built there. And it has a bunch of stuff. It has 8 sound stages, 28 acres, but the new one, and then Avenger shot there, Breaking Bad shot there, Sicario shot there. But now the new one is going to be larger, with 4 new sound stages, 3 mills, 1 production office, 2 stage support buildings, and 2 dedicated parking backlot areas for 108 acres. So if you're wondering if Netflix is gonna, bring more work to California, they're not going to. They're gonna keep getting those tax breaks, and California's suffering, and things like this will make California film and Hollywood crumble and fall apart, if you ask me. But Netflix still has a good Terminator show coming off, if you ask me. It looks pretty freaking good. The animated Terminator 1 looks awesome. Now you have Rosario Dawson coming on. She's playing a character called Kokoro, an advanced AI in Japan's answer to Skynet. And also, on top of this, too, there's more characters being announced. Now, this is one of the things we talked about. Timothy Oliphant was attached to be the Terminator in this new series. But, we have Ann Dowd coming in. She was on The Handmaid's Tale. She's playing a prophet, a guide for the human resistance. We also have Andre Holland coming on. He was in Moonlight, The Nick. He's also played a character called Malcolm Lee, a genius computer programmer and father of 3, who was haunted by the nightmares of an apocalyptic future. And Sonia Mizuno, who is the House of the Dragons and voice of Ikio, a resistance fighter. So this is coming out August 29th. Can't wait to see if this will be great, because I love Terminator. Come on, animated, looks great. The animation looks fucking fantastic. Great cast. Hopefully it's great. And I love this technological shit.
The last Terminator is so good.
Wasn't that good, Jordan?
I said the last Terminator was so fucking good.
But it wasn't animated, though. Maybe they need animation to make it good, Jordan.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right, Brian. I'll hold out judgment.
Hold on until Judgment Day, Jordan. Hold out till Judgment Day, and then you can judge a Terminator and see if he's still good and he's giving back and people are loving it and watching it, because I get it. I'm reluctant about it too. I'm reluctant, man. I gotta tell you something that does sound good is Mindset, though. I don't know if you heard about this, but Don Cheadle's company, his production company, Radical Act, is producing this. It was based off a book, a scientific fiction mystery comic book, actually, if you will. And this sounds very fascinating to me. Okay, it takes place in the near future, of course it does, and science fiction story that has Silicon Valley going nuts because the startup accidentally invents a mind-controlling app, and they unwittingly open a Pandora's box of mind games and murder that will force them and the audience to question whether they are in control of their own actions or if they're not. I love this kind of stuff, so hopefully Mindset's fucking phenomenal. We'll have to wait and find out. It looks cool. This graphic looks awesome. I'm not sure about Cirque du Soleil. Studio? And movies and television shows? Is this going to be great? I mean, I love Cirque du Soleil. I mean, they've done some great stuff in Vegas, but now the studios come forward and they're doing a whole thing. And Ridley Scott's doing their very first movie based off which is a big attraction in Las Vegas. But this company is launching its own entertainment studio and hired former CBS and WWE, the World Wrestling Entertainment executive Susan Levinson, to run the whole thing. And they have lots of projects, TV shows, movies, all this. It's going to be a big, big thing moving forward. But of course, this O project is moving forward first, and they actually started the Cirque du Soleil doing their own company back in 1984, but now they're officially going into the television and film industry. But of course, O has been so great. Of course, it takes place in a tank, a huge underwater tank in Las Vegas, 1.5 million gallon pool of water, and includes synchronized swimming and theater. So how do you make a movie out of this? I guess Ridley Scott's your man for something epic like this for the very first one. So I hope it's fantastic. Ron, I saw you thinking about this. Ron, is this something that's itching you to see?
It kind of is because, like you, I just love it, and I think it'd be fun. Yeah.
Is it going to be a musical? That's a good question. They haven't said it's officially a musical, but it could be. That might make sense too.
It would have to be.
It just makes sense. But
yeah.
it makes more sense for me to do this, Ron, than for Jennifer Lawrence to be doing a Real Housewives movie. Like. I know. I mean, it's a whodunit, they're saying, and it's going to be full of drama, and she's going to feud with, she'll be feuding with all these different people, she'll be day drinking, and she's going to have an excess oodles amount of disposable income in this too. And of course, somebody dies, and this murder mystery goes into a different direction. They're not really saying more beyond that. It's Apple TV project, and she is going to be producing this as well. It sounds like Apple TV, if you ask me.
Day drinking. Have you ever seen her in interviews?
I have not. Is she seem like she's been day drinking?
She always looks like she's day drinking.
She's always drunk. Always drunk.
She's like, this is a perfect new project.
She's just awkward as hell.
That's why I haven't acted in a while. No, people love Jennifer Lawrence.
That's funny.
J-Law. Yeah, people love Jennifer Lawrence though, and I'm just like, I've never seen the whole thing with her. Like, I had a friend like, oh, she's so fucking sexy, and I'm like, is she?
Hot. She's hot.
There we go, Ron. GR, Jennifer Lawrence, up, yay or nay? Thumbs up, thumbs down. How you feeling?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fucking kidding. Jordan, where you at, man? Jordan, where you at? I'm
taking it.
Oh, so it's just me.
How like this? No.
It's just me.
It's just
Pepe.
you.
I know, Pepe. Pepe, is she hot, man?
No.
Thanks, Pepe. That's 2 against 3, though. I still lose. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of fucking breaking news.